came to West Virginia as a young bride of 17, what caught my attention most of all was their acceptance of me. I was a stranger from another state. These people didn't know me, but they hugged me and they kissed me on the cheek. And they said, "Mrs. Bragg, we are so proud to have you with us." From that day to this, I have never had any kind of a whim that if I needed one of those 75 people, I couldn't pick up the phone and call them. I don't know why. Every time I can, I always think of that story when I first did it.
Can you tell me the story again?
You want to hear that story again?
Please, Mama.
When Dewey and I first married, I wanted to be the best wife in the whole wide world. So Dewey's mama taught me how to can.
And there was an explosion?
You're just getting way ahead of me, aren't you? You want me to tell the story or not?
Okay.
So I was canning kraut. It's the very, very first time all by myself. I was so proud of this kraut that I had done, and I worked really, really, really hard on it. Finally, I went up and went to bed. And all of a sudden, at 3 a.m., I hear this loud, what? All of the tops of the jars had popped off everywhere.
I would have cracked up.
Well, I did at first, but it was such a stinky mess, and it was really, really hard to clean it all up. So, that's the end of that story. Now I want you to make kraut for me next time. Okay. I gotta get your daddy's pail ready.
When you go to the dark.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
There you go. Oh, I love you.
Love you. And
Be careful.
Okay. You be a good girl. Leave it till the dawn, till I have you here with me. The light stays always on.
Heard any more about the coal mine shutting down?
Don't know. Not much coal left to mine.
Well, guess we don't have to worry about building that new house now, huh? At least it got Susan to build next door, though.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I just love it.
Yeah, me too. But check out the other one, see what you think. Well, hey, do you still need water from our well?
Oh, you know, that would be wonderful. I have a little extra laundry this summer because of Mama. That'd be great.
Not a problem.
These shirts are going to be really good, too.
Hey, Dad, want a cookie?
No thanks.
What's right in sport? Christmas list?
Honey, you know Daddy's been laid off at the mine, huh? Connie, Kayla, come on. Go get your coats. We're gonna be late for Susan's party. You don't want to be late. Go on. So, you gonna come with us?
How many people's gonna be there?
I don't know. You know, Susan, probably full house. Come on.
I think I'll just stay here.
Okay, baby. Maybe I'll bring you a piece of cake. Maybe. Come on, girls. Let's get those casseroles covered. Kayla, come on.
Look at those little man trunks. Whatever you call them.
I was just gonna say, oh, hello, you. How you doing, honey bunny?
Good.
Would you like something to drink, sweetie?
Can I have water, please?
Well, sure.
So what you been playing, huh?
House.
House, huh? And who's the boss of that house?
Me.
You. Oh, that's good.
There's no water.
I'm gonna go get Dewey.
Dry as a bone.
I heard there was mining under here.
What's that got to do with the well?
Sometimes the mining machine hits the water seam. Water goes down into the mine instead of the well.
Down the road, mine took about 30 wells last year. A lot of them still don't have good water.
Well, it's just not right. I mean, how could they take our water at our new house?
Good luck getting the coal companies to do anything about it.
We're just gonna have to whoop them, honey. Are those guys? Who are you?
John Hales, head of mining regulation for the state.
Well, have you come here to fix it now?
This map shows the mine isn't near enough to take your water.
Oh, really? Is that so? Well, let me show you something. Now, what are you gonna do about it, huh?
Friend of mine.
Why aren't you drilling any new wells for my neighbors?
Law doesn't require us to do so until it's determined the mine's responsible.
Do you know what it's like? Having to haul water to wash clothes when you've got a newborn at home?
Get out of here. Both of you, just get out of here until you've got something good to tell us. Go on.
Here there's a guy in Logan, and he's got a group, and they're helping people with the mines.
Yeah, I heard all about them, and I also heard they don't do squat. I don't know. Well, what have we got to lose? Okay, just we'll go ahead and call them, and then we'll see whether we can trust them.
We're fighting for our future, don't you understand? And we don't need your pity, we just need your helping hand.
And you must be Susan.
I am. And you're Elaine?
Yes, Elaine Perky.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Nice house you got.
Everyone's inside except my neighbor Trish, but she's on her way.
Oh, is that the loud one?
If the company holds out 20 years, we'll hold out one day more.
My name is Elaine Perky. I know y'all wondering about me. And you don't trust me yet. Well, I don't blame you. After all that you've been through. But I got this job because of the work that I did in the Pittston coal strike.
Where do you live?
Well, I was born and raised in Harts Creek. My daddy worked for C&O Railroad. And my husband is a third-generation underground coal miner.
You sing too. I heard you on the radio.
One day more, one day more. Yeah, well, I used to do that. I already was performing on a local radio show. But after I joined the strike, I started writing and singing labor songs.
How do we know you're not working with the government?
Government is WVOP's biggest challenge. You see, I wrote this story, Fighting the DEP. Now, that's the government office that issues mining permits.
How much it's gonna cost us to get you to help us?
Nothing. Our dues are based on what y'all can pay.
What can we do? I don't have any water.
Y'all, this is important. The law says that they have to replace your water, equal to or better than the way it was before. You understand? In quantity and quality. Now look, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm not against mining. Mining's been real good to my family. But my husband will be the first to tell you, what they're doing to you, blasting your houses and taking your water, it's just plain wrong. All right, now anyone who wants, come fill out a form and join us.
Why do we have to join you? Why can't you just get the mines to give us the water?
That's not how it works. Look, I'll teach you. I'll teach you what you need to know. But I'm not going to do it for you. It's not my problem. It's your problem. And you got to come up with a plan. Y'all see, government officials are scared to death of a group of citizens like you, knocking on their doors with enough knowledge to make demands. Now, when you all walk in a room, they see votes.
But how do we even know who to talk to or what to say?
Nobody can tell your story as good as you can. Right?
What if we make a plan you don't agree with?
Then I'll tell you what I think, based on my experience. And you and me will fight tooth and toenail, come up with a plan B. And if possible, plan C, D, E, F, G. Now, I gotta hit the road.
Listen, I've been thinking. I might want to be a part of your organizing project. But the thing is, I don't have a dollar to spare since Dewey's been laid off. I just don't.
Now you remember.
Me too?
You too.
Well, I certainly got a mouth on me. Now it's going to be your job to teach it what to say.
That's gonna be a challenge. You do have a mouth on you, but I accept. All right, now let's talk about the position of power, okay?
Position of power. What does that mean?
When we invite officials to meetings, it's on our terms, not theirs.
But the meeting's at their offices.
That's right, their offices, paid for by the state of West Virginia. That's us. All right, get up, get up. Stand up.
Where'd you go?
All right. Now, you remember what we learned about seating? How officials want the head of the table? We gotta take both ends of the table. All right? That's power.
All right. Now I get it. That's pretty good.
All right. Everybody ready? Take a deep breath.
Hi, Pat.
My name's Patricia, but if you ever become my friend, maybe you can call me Trish.
We have an appointment with your boss.
Patricia, meet the director of DEP.
Ma'am.
How do you do? The mines have taken away all our water.
Yes, John Ailes has told me so.
He did? Well, then he must have told you that the mine also wants us to sign an agreement.
What agreement?
An agreement that says, before the mine will give us our water back, we have to agree that they did not take it. And we have to agree that we will not sue them for the water that we agree that they did not take.
What?
We think that's blackmail.
Before I can give you a decision, I'm gonna have to look this over, and then I'll come down with Pie and meet with you.
All right, then.
How about August the 9th?
That'd be good. That's my birthday. Let's make it a good day.
You know, this is not going to be the only mine in near Pie.
Okay.
So I'm thinking all in all, everything's going okay. Rules are being broken all over the state by water and sewer.
Mr. Ailes, you have a letter here marked personal, but the return address is from WVOP.
Is it ticking? What is it?
It's a thank you note from Patricia Bragg for meeting with them.
A thank you note?
I've been to so many meetings. Can hardly stand to open it. It could be bad news.
Could be good news. I mean, the director seemed so positive when we met with him on your birthday. I mean, just open it.
This is what the DEP ruled. The mine will drill new wells. There'll be no more mining under Pie until there's public water.
We won!
But John Ailes said there'd be more mining coming. This letter's from the welfare department.
What's it say?
It says there's gonna be new programs because of welfare reform.
Well, I can't. My back's still messed up.
What's wrong?
Come here, you. There's nothing wrong on this God's beautiful earth. Nothing for you to ever think about, okay?
It says that either Dewey or I has got to get a job.
I know.
What am I gonna do? Huh? What am I gonna do? How am I supposed to feed my kids? How am I supposed to support my family? Huh? How am I supposed to do that?
Did you ever think about going to college?
College? College, that's your solution? Mm-hmm. Now, how in the heck am I gonna do that, huh? You think that the Dewey is gonna do all the laundry? Oh, I know. Dewey's gonna do all the canning, and he's gonna make the meals. Do you really think my life is that simple? Do you?
Yes, I do. And maybe you just make the dinner and you put it in the freezer. And then you, when they want the food, you just say, Dewey, take it out of the freezer and put it in the microwave and push the button.
Tell you that they freeze it. Really?
You need to learn a little backsass with him.
Backsass, she says.
And there is a simple way. You just get a federal grant and then you go to college.
Go to college. Mm-hmm. Be like flying to the moon. I don't even know where to begin.
It's just paperwork. I'll help you with it. Trish, you can do this. You're smarter than you know.
College? Well, maybe I could. I never told anyone, but I always secretly did want to go. I'm the only one in my family who ever graduated high school.
That's right. And a college degree is going to give you a job, pays a whole lot better than anything you're going to get now.
Yeah, you sure got that right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you sure I'm not going to embarrass you if I'm in college with you? I promise I won't crash any of your parties.
Don't be silly, Mom. I'm glad you're doing it. I think it's cool.
Really? Yeah. Well, Elaine said college would help me with WVOP. I mean, which courses do you think would be good?
Well, journalism could help you with writing your newsletter.
Oh.
And for speech, you could join the debate team if you have the time. They go out of town a lot for debates.
I think I'll have to wait on that one.
Way up on the mountain high, where I wanna go when I die. What's your name?
I don't know.
Be like, look, don't worry about your.
He like had iPod things in his ears.
Okay.
And when he was running,
like, don't.
the guy.
It's like, don't worry about the fact.
Hi.
Thank you.
So, hi, I'm John.
Hey, John, I'm Trish.
Oh, hey, Trish. So how are you?
I'm really good, thanks.
Your first day?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah, you got that first day look.
Great.
Well, since it is your first day, there's not a better time for a party. All right, so me and this guy here,
Hey.
introduce yourself.
I am Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, I'm Trish.
Hey, it's my roommate. Me and him always wear flannel. You see, it's our custom.
Share a closet.
Share a closet full of flannel. Anyways, we're going to be having this party tonight, and we're inviting everybody in the class. Say hey, that's Steven.
Hey.
Hey, Steven. I'm Trish.
These two are...
I'm Theresa. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Alban. Nice to meet you.
Hi, you too.
Anyway,
I'm Trish. Connie, look. Look at my report card. I got a 40. I don't understand why. I got nothing but 90s all semester long. Shh. Lord. Why are you laughing? Why?
Mom, you got a 4.0 for the semester. That's the top grade average.
It is? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I got a 4.0. Wow. That wasn't very smart of me, though, was it? Have you seen all those trucks? They've been going down the road for days.
I hear they're gonna start mining up Topper Mountain.
Who? What coal company?
It's the same as underground, except this time, surface mining up Topper Mountain.
You mean mountaintop removal like in Blair? I seen a TV show about that. It's just terrible.
The whole valley's full of dust. Coming from that drill, I reckon. You stand out here, you choke up. Seems like we don't get no help from nobody.
The reason for this meeting this evening is a disturbance by surface mining within 100 feet of two public roads.
Can we make a comment if we don't like the permit?
Yeah, if enough of us object, maybe we can put a stop to this permit.
Well, and just how close to the school is it gonna be?
Half a mile up the hill.
Half a mile?
Have you had problems with blasting in other mines?
Yeah, we've had some problems.
Well, how do you feel about fly rock in a schoolyard?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
How do you know that's not gonna happen?
Dustin, we can't get into a back and forth over this. It's tough.
I will hold you personally responsible for any damage done to this school.
You who have signed up, I will call you up to speak. Patricia Bragg.
There's no guarantees there won't be no damages. You got people right here that are gonna tell you the mines don't mind hurting your property or your children. Yeah, the DEP helped us fix our water problem, and the DEP also said this is only the beginning. Now, like the man said, we got 5 seams of coal going down 500 feet with a permit to strip mine over 800 acres. Now, where y'all gonna put all that dirt, huh? In our streams. What about all the flooding? This is bigger than all of us. This is all over the coal fields.
Panic drove me out of bed, and in front of my picture window looking down the holler, I trembled inside. Will my neighbors and myself be driven out of our houses with blasting, destroying our homes as we pack? God, please hold our area in your hand and let us stay here.
fill.
That's valley fill.
How do they make these?
They blow off the tops of the ridges and they dump what's left in the stream.
And the streams are just gone?
DEP says it's still there.
And the topsoil?
Topsoil substitute. They crush rock and grind up newspaper.
Sounds like cheese food.
You got it.
Well, what about the Clean Water Act? Isn't there something called the buffer zone?
Law says you can't mine within 100 feet of a stream.
And how do they get away with this, Pat?
Welcome to King Coal Country, Joe.
So that's our strongest claim, then?
Yep. Check this out, Joe. You ever see a stream like this?
Yeah, it looks like the log plunge at the local amusement park.
Sure would be good if we had a client from Mingo County.
Why?
Mingo cases go to Huntington Federal Court, not Charleston.
You mean so we wouldn't be in front of Judge Hayden? That's good. I clerked for him. He's no environmentalist.
Hey, everybody. This is Delegate Arla Johnson, and he's here to try to help us.
My house is sinking into the mines. Every few days, my water turns brown.
What does DEP say?
My little boy can hardly breathe for the dust.
They're mountaintopping up my holler. What about the blasting?
I've been to 5 communities today. Each has a different problem. Water, blasting, dust. You need to get together and speak with one voice. If the blasting laws need to be stronger, I would try to draft a bill for the session next month.
Will it pass?
You need to come to Charleston and lobby. Tell your stories, but don't say you are against mining. You need to work hard to make your case.
Where do you work?
I work for a company that sells machinery to coal mines.
Oh, that's convenient. So how is it you're going to help us? Why is that?
My father was a coal miner, but I saw the downsides.
The downside? Look, I don't want you taking these people down the wrong path. You understand me? Now, why would you do this? You don't even represent their district.
I understand. Do you remember the Buffalo Creek flood? When the coal dam broke that morning, it sounded like a freight truck. My whole family and I ran up the hill behind our house and stayed there. The river of cold slurry was 12 miles long. Some of my friends died. I helped pull their bodies out of the mud. I was 12 years old.
I think we can trust him. Yeah, so do I. But we don't know nothing about legislating. And what are we gonna wear?
My name is Kayla Bragg. I live in Mingo County. Mining is being done close to my house, and when a blast goes off, I get scared. Senate Bill 681 must be passed to protect our way of life and our home. My mom says that rules protect us, and if you break them, people can get hurt. I am just asking you to pass this law so that me and my family will be safe. Thank you.
Oh, what an I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job.
Great job.
I got nervous.
Oh, you didn't look nervous at all.
I'm not sure we can do your bill the way it's written.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with it?
I'm getting a lot of pressure from leadership. We've got to compromise.
No. No. We want it just the way we wrote it.
We need help with the legislature. Can you write letters? You all are my neighbors. Some of us even go to the same church. Just because you work in the mines doesn't mean you're not gonna lose your water and your house isn't gonna get blasted right next to you.
Hey, I work at a surface mine and I don't need some outside environmentalist telling us dumb hillbillies what to do.
I am not working with no outsiders, Barry. And if you are gonna call me an environmentalist just because I care about my home and my water and our community.
Whatever.
Hear what you say.
I said I live in Pigeon Creek.
Well, I live near Blair, and my granddaddy marched with the Union in 1921, and them coal thugs shot him, and they called in the federal troops after that.
Oh, well, great, then you must know how we feel.
These mining jobs are too important to this community. We are competing with Wyoming for these jobs, and it's cheaper and easier to mine there.
I will work with anyone that will help us.
You don't need them. We miners and these people can solve the problems.
Well, great, just show me then. Show me.
You ain't gonna listen to nothing.
Oh, fine, just walk away. That's really gonna help everything, isn't it? You're gonna solve nothing, Barry, by doing that. Get back in here. We can talk about it some more. Ugh.
You heard that I support the blasting legislation?
Arlie, it'd be to your advantage to back away from those environmentalists.
Mr. Ludwig, it's not that I want to stop mountaintop removal, but people's homes shouldn't be blasted.
Arlie, your involvement in this is not good for our company. The coal mines are already threatening to pull their contracts.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved.
Yeah, all right, we'll get together, we'll go out and have a little picnic with the kids or something, get the girls. All right. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, give me a call, we'll set up a time.
Mr. Ludwig, my resignation.
Hey, I'll call you back. Something just came up. All right, bye.
Today is the 26th anniversary of the Buffalo Creek flood. Last year, I told you if I ever felt the people of the coal fields ever felt such danger, I would come before this body. An individual who works for a coal company told my bosses I had a bill to stop mountaintop removal. I had to choose between my job and this bill. I choose the blasting bill. But I do think we can do better. The people are suffering, and we should ease their pain.
Time for bed.
Oh, I can't. No, I haven't even finished my history paper.
Looks like snow. Probably won't be school tomorrow.
No, I can't. I gotta go to the Capitol tomorrow. The committee's meeting on our bill.
Why you?
What do you mean?
Why can't someone else go to the legislature? Why can't someone else do all this? You're going to school. You got family. Why do you have to do this too? Let someone else do it.
Do it. I tried. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a calling, like a preacher's. No, not like a preacher. Well, I prayed to God for strength to help these people, our friends, our neighbors. And Dewey, he gave it to me. I know he's given me so much. He's given me you and Connie and Kayla. But he's also given me this. He's given me the strength to do it with. How can I not do it?
I know. It's all right.
Arlie, what happened in committee?
Only one person showed up. That killed our bill.
Oh, no. Well, what happens now?
Don't know. Sorry.
Don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? What's he talking about?
Come on, lady.
I feel sick.
Go sit down.
I really feel sick. I hate this place.
Remember, we can always go to the feds in Washington. Come on. We can't give up now.
Oh, hang on, Elaine. I forgot my coat.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we at the coal companies understand that there are passionate arguments on both sides of this issue. But the bottom line is there's only one industry in West Virginia that provides residents with jobs that pay well. And that, as we all know, is coal. Now, please welcome the Director, Office Surface Mining.
Thank you. Now we will see a film from West Virginia and hear from some of the residents.
What has coal mining done for us in this state? We have seen death, we have seen widows, we have seen orphans, we have seen black lung and broken bodies.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Since we're running late as it is, we're going to skip the citizens panel and go right to lunch. Thank you.
Excuse me. We were going to tell everybody about how bad the blasting is.
Excuse me, I can't understand what you're saying. I don't speak Southern.
Speak Southern? We need to tell them about the blasting, how the fly rock comes raining down on the community. How the children can barely breathe. We came all this way, and you aren't even gonna let us speak? This, like Wagner music over it. And then these machines doing this, blowing up these giant mountains. It was really
I know.
It was amazing.
But it still hasn't changed. 25 years, they would have done something different.
Remember that guy I told you about that I saw at the courthouse and other places? I think that's him.
Let's talk to him.
You think?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
Hi.
Hi. My name's Patricia Bragg.
Hi, Patricia. Joe Lovett.
Hi. You look so familiar. Have I seen you at these mining forums before?
Yeah, I'm an attorney. I'm working on a case about mountaintop removal. They're breaking a lot of environmental laws.
Really? You know, I'm really worried about a mine up the holler from my house. I don't want to see my neighbors forced to move out. Do you think I could join your case?
Well, I can only take low-income clients.
Well, that'd be me.
Where do you live?
Pie.
What county is that?
Mingo.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, here's my card. Give me a call.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Good to meet you, Patricia.
Joe Lovett, please.
It's Joe.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lovett. This is the clerk from the Southern District of West Virginia. I'm calling to let you know that the matter of Bragg versus Robertson has been assigned to Judge Hayden.
Judge Hayden.
Yes, the districts were realigned. Mingo County goes to Judge Hayden now.
God has a reason, Joe. All right, I'll see you then.
Trish, look at this. It's a notice for a new deep mine. It looks like it's going 10 miles plumb over to Beach Creek.
Guess it's back to the DEP.
It's 262 homes that are affected here, John.
And the mine goes under Pie, over to Niway Branch, under Pigeon Creek, and then all the way over to Beach Creek.
It's going to be another long wall mine.
What? The last DEP director said there wasn't going to be any more long walling until everybody had their public water.
We have a friend that has a house in Beach Creek, and she had to work 2 jobs in order to be able to afford that, and now there's no water.
Yeah, she said they destroy my house, they want to take me away in handcuffs.
Whenever there's a problem, they say it's surface mining.
Yeah, but the surface mining, then they say it's a deep mining.
I mean, we have mining all around us, and no one is listening. Heck, we can't even get homeowners insurance.
What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen, John, when the road falls into the deep mine and then someone falls in?
I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna hold a short funeral, fill in the big hole with dirt, and just carry right on.
Now, we take a very hard line on that.
You
We'd
would?
helicopter people out.
Helicopter.
A lot of them around this part.
I could just see you levitating in a helicopter. We're gonna levitate. We gotta get our groceries. My goodness.
Here we are.
Helicopter.
Oh, shoot.
Mama, it's a reporter from New York.
Really? Thanks, honey. Hello?
Are you Patricia Bragg? Of Bragg versus 88 Robertson?
That's right. Who's this?
Tell me, why are you suing the coal mines?
We're suing the government. The coal companies just came in on it. Because we're in a war zone here.
What does that mean?
In a war, there are no rules. They can do whatever they want. Why do you think a buffer zone even exists?
Excuse me, let me ask the questions here. Why don't you just go through the proper channels?
We already tried that, but now we feel like we have to fight the government and the coal companies.
Are you sure you're not exaggerating? You know, trying to help your neighbors. Mountain folks stick together, you know?
What are you trying to say? We're clannish? Why don't you just come on up here and see for yourself? Hi, ma'am.
Howdy.
Hi, have you got a minute?
I do.
My name's Patricia Bragg.
I'm Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. We were just wondering if you were having any problems with the blasting around here.
You from the mine, honey?
Oh, no. We're just citizens who want to help, and, well, this here is a reporter from the New York Times in New York City.
Wow. Well, howdy. How you doing? Why don't you sit down? We'll talk about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
Sit down.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been having some problems.
Have you?
Yeah. My house is all shook up.
No, really?
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, that blasting has been bad for a long, long time.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry.
foundation has 3 big cracks in it.
3?
3.
Really? I have a friend.
Yes.
It's so big, the crack, she could fit her whole arm in there.
Mercy.
I know.
Oh, my word.
Is that
And
what you got?
I got, well, they ain't that big, but if you added them up, they might be that big.
Oh,
my water, it comes on, it comes off, and often it's brown.
Brown?
Brown.
I hope you don't drink that.
Oh, no, I boil it, yeah.
We don't even have no
What?
water. Our well
You
is
don't-
dry. Yep, there's no more water in my well.
You have no water in your
not
well?
one single
Excuse
drop.
me.
What do you do?
Excuse me. I just want to understand. You haven't met her before?
No.
And all these other people that we've been talking to today, you talk to them so easy. How do you do that?
Well, stories.
What do you mean?
Well, when you want to talk to an Appalachian, you gotta sit a spell. You gotta listen, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that right? And then you gotta share. You gotta share your stories with each other. And then pretty soon, you leave a little piece of yourself with them, and you take a little piece of them with you. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
That's how we do. You know, this story, this battle, it's not about me. It's about a lot of people. It's about Barbara here and Brother Goodman and Susan. It's the whole community. Everybody. Everybody is suffering here. And I want you to write that down. People need to know that. Don't they, Barb?
They do.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Hello? 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 Is anyone there?
Stop threatening the mines. They'll be worse than phone calls.
The EPA is gonna be in Logan on Saturday.
You know, EPA Region 3 Director had a meeting about the case at the White House.
The White House?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess we really are getting important.
Yeah. You could say that.
Oh.
We'll be in court in a couple of months.
Oh, Joe, thank you.
All right.
Seems like he's about everywhere these days, huh?
Let's go in. Come on.
Sure, sounds good.
We're not covering over pristine trout streams like extreme environmentalists and the EPA claim.
However, the EPA doesn't object to covering streams for the development of a new mega mart 1 mile uphill from this college. When we're finished, people visit our mines. They cannot tell the difference between mined and unmined areas. We aren't leveling West Virginia. We aren't decapitating our mountains.
Patricia Bragg.
She's been pretty sick, but she don't want her family to know.
You know, I came here expecting a lot of things, but I never expected to see minors against their own people. I never expected private citizens against minors. This is not whether the minors are right, and it's not whether the private citizens are right. This is about whether it's okay to destroy our water and destroy our property. And that's what it's about.
Patricia, it's Joe. Judge Hayden granted the temporary injunction. Yeah, we did it. I don't believe it.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Listen, I'm here with Pat. We're going to chat a bit. I'll call you back in a little while to give you the details.
I'll talk to you later.
So you're a trial lawyer now, Joe. Anybody been in the courtroom today think you've been doing this for years. Shouldn't have started when you were 38. You're making history.
I don't know, Pat. I was talking to the judge's clerk, and he said the coal companies have asked the judge to do a flyover of the mines. Now, how do you think they're going to spin that?
Any way they can.
Yeah, welcome to King Coal Country, huh?
Coal is the economy of West Virginia, and coal keeps the lights on for all of America. Yes, sir.
Yeah, how's that big lawsuit going to affect mining here?
It's just trying to make the mines treat people better.
Well, speak of the devil. Ladies and gentlemen, Patricia Bragg. Bragg versus Robertson. To suit wrecks the economy here, this is the person you have to thank.
So you're the one that's going to take my dad's job.
We don't want to take anyone's job away. But if they'd mine responsibly, it would be more productive for all of us, including the coal companies.
Patricia, we won. We got the preliminary injunction. We stopped the mine at Blair, the mine behind you, and all other mountaintop removal mines in the state until Judge Hayden makes his final ruling.
Oh, dear. I prayed for this.
What this means is Judge Hayden will rule in a few months after we depose you and a few other key witnesses.
I don't say something stupid.
Listen, the court's helicopter
flyover of all mountaintop removal sites in southern West Virginia revealed the extent of environmental degradation this type of mining produces. If the forest is leveled, exposing the stream to extreme temperature, and aquatic life is destroyed, these harms cannot be undone. Destruction of the unique topography of southern West Virginia cannot be regarded as anything but permanent
and irreversible.
Remember, I told you, God will give him a conscience.
All right. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
The courts have been petitioned, and the meaning of the decision is public.
When I asked my mama why it was Daddy is never home, I only seen him in the morning. When he came home, I'd be in bed. I could smell the choking coal dust as he reached down to kiss my head.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for showing up here today. I know it ain't easy getting everybody here at the same time, all your folks. I want to thank you for showing up and standing up against these injustices. It ain't easy because, well, according to the decision, our family, 64 of them, including many of you, are suffering temporary economic setbacks, according to Judge Hayden. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see a damn thing temporary about any of it. When my people hurt, I hurt. And when I hurt, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do something about it. According to the court's decisions, and not one time did that court come and ask us. Did they? They come to canvass any of you all to ask us what it was going to do to our livelihoods, to our way of lives? How are we going to pay our bills? To think that extremists could come down here and derail the coal industry, it's beyond me. I think if they ain't got a critter they can protect, they have to wake up and realize, like the rest of us, they got to go get a job. I'm a union man, and it says clearly in the preamble of our Constitution that no greater discovery since coal has there been in the advancement of social and industrial age at this given time. And there are no truer words spoken. I ain't a begging man. Y'all know that. I worked my whole life. I ain't ever asked nobody for nothing. But I'm going to go in there and I'm going to beg that man to look at this judgment again, because we can't live like this. And I ain't going to beg him just for me, because it ain't about me, and it ain't about none of you men, because I know you're good, strong men, and you're going to carry your own. But when it comes down to hurting my family and my kids, and you make me madder than hell, well, I'm going to come at you with everything I got. God bless each and every one of you. God bless West Virginia. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
You want the coal company to agree to pay for public water for all the pie for 20 years?
That's right. It's only fair. Especially now the DEP just approved that new deep mine.
Ladies, everybody in this state marches to the beat of coal's drum, and always will.
Not everybody. You ever been to Niway Branch?
A number of times.
Well, then you know.
Would have come up on your porch looking for a glass of lemonade if I'd have thought I probably wouldn't get chewed out.
I talk don't bite.
Wasn't talking about your dog.
She does bite and bark. And she's going to state next year, Smarty Pants.
Well, you
Guess who made the Honor Society at the community college?
Yes.
Now, is that honorary or ornery?
Oh, very funny. Just set me up for that one, didn't you? Good one.
You remember that verse from the book of Isaiah about the end of the world? Something like, the valleys will come up and the mountains will come down. Were they talking about valley fills?
No, I don't think so. I think they were talking about us being equal with the coal companies. Dewey, I just got off the phone with Joe. You know what he said? There's a young woman that wants to do a documentary about us and all of our struggles.
What's Joe say?
Joe thinks it'd be a good idea. Think it'd be good for our case.
Say.
Yeah. They're gonna come over to the house. Yeah.
All right, I think we're all set to go.
So you're not gonna sit down and eat with us?
No, no, no. All I want you to do is just act naturally, serve them some food, eat a little bit, and just pretend this isn't here.
Pretend like that's not there. If you say so. Act natural. Okay. There you go. Mm-hmm.
And actually, what we really want to know, I really want to know more about you, who the real Patricia Bragg is. So maybe why don't you tell me something about what happened to you when you first came to Pie?
Tell her the deer story.
The deer story?
Yes. Please.
Yeah, tell the deer story.
Well, I was 15 years old.
And 3/4?
That's right, I was 15 years old and 3/4. First time I ever came to Pie. And I always tell my girls, I fell in love with these mountains even before I fell in love with their dad. I'd never felt so close to the land before. I never felt so in touch with God, you know. I became entranced with God's magical land, Appalachia. Well, I think it must have been on my first visit there. And I snuck out of the house. I tiptoed across the field. And I stood right next to the big oak next to the stream. And there I saw the most beautiful doe and her young fawn. And I held ever so still and I watched them as they quenched their thirst. But I must have moved ever so slightly as they withdrew back into the thicket, but not before I saw the most magnificent buck. And he was just standing there so strong and proud. It was awesome. This new land that I'd found myself in. Just then I felt the wind caress my hair. And I felt free. I never known such joy before. I had to laugh out loud. And I laughed to the flowers and the trees and everything around me. Excuse me for a minute. Wow, that was great.
You notice they didn't put any water on the table.
Yeah. Did notice that, yeah.
They think we're gonna be here.
I understand you have a proposal for us to pay for your public water.
That's right. That's why we're here. That's what this is for. Family of 4 will use 100 gallons of water a day, and they need another 50 if they have chickens and horses. Now, I surveyed 4 of the public service districts around Mingo County, right there.
And
the bill will start at roughly $16 a month for each family and double over the next 20 years.
Joe, what are you doing here?
Just moral support and making sure Trish is treated fairly.
As I was saying, we're on the next page. We are asking $28,000 each for the 40 families to get public water for 20 years.
Give us a minute.
Yeah, that's a lot of families. I don't think they're taking us serious.
It's typical.
5,000 each.
How can you expect these families to survive on that much water? Look at that. How? You're just doing us like you did back in '94.
Mine didn't take your water.
We came all this way to have a meeting with you. We didn't want to go to court. We just wanted to try to work things out, but...
Why not? You seem to like court.
Oh. Joe, we can't let them get away with this.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Is your husband working?
No, Mr. Bailey, he's been hurt in the mines and he's disabled.
Is this a picture of your house?
Yeah.
Is this the stream that comes in front of your house?
Yeah.
Does this pipe come from your house to the stream?
Yeah.
So your sewage goes directly into the stream. Wouldn't you say that you're polluting the creek too?
There's nothing we can do about it. They haven't run any public sewers up there.
Wouldn't you say that the temporal character of this outflow is permanent?
Ben, plain English.
Aren't you permanently damaging the stream yourself? What do you want from this lawsuit? Do you want money?
Money? No, I don't want your money. You are treating me like I'm some poor, ignorant person on welfare. I know that this case is about trying to protect the streams from Valley Fill. But we also hope that maybe all this attention might just stop the blasting damage. And we also hope that maybe the mines will stop destroying everybody's wells. And maybe, just maybe someday we'll get public water and sewers.
What's wrong?
It's just my stomach.
Should we go to the hospital?
No. Still owe the hospital $689.22 from the last time. I'll be fine, sweetie. It'll pass in a minute. It always does. I'm gonna get some dinner for you. It's already made. I'm just putting it on the table, okay? All right. Kayla here?
Yeah, she's back there somewhere. You didn't eat?
No, tea's enough for tonight. I think I failed my first Spanish test. 2 years at community college with nothing but A's.
You'll do better.
Think I failed my psychology test too. I just wrote on it, sorry, I went blank.
You're doing so much right now. You got a 2-hour commute, college, and you got water problems again. The doctor told you not to push it.
I know, but Dewey, I gotta stay strong. I just have to. I can't let those coal companies think they beat us. I just can't. I mean, just think of all those thousands of people who wrote letters to Judge Hayden. We can't let them down now, can we?
I wonder if he read mine.
I'm sure he did, sweetie. Elaine is right, though. I set a goal to graduate. I'm gonna do it.
You don't look too happy, Joe.
It's too good a ruling.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, Congress can just change the law and make the mountaintop removal legal.
You're probably right, Joe. But let's enjoy the moment.
Cheers.
Thousands of coal miners in West Virginia and throughout Appalachia are facing a bleak and uncertain future. Particularly troubling to me, Madam President, is that the ammunition used to defeat this proposal, the ammunition used to keep it out of the omnibus package, was in large part a campaign of misinformation. My proposal is not anti-environment. My proposal would not weaken or in any way alter the Clean Water Act. Let the White House hear. The White
I have a
House
lot of
would have the
respect for
people
Senator
believe
Byrd.
otherwise.
I know he cares about West Virginia.
Let me say it again.
It makes me sad to hear him talk like that.
Which
Another winter dragging coal in. This drafty old house.
God will provide, Dew.
Senator Rockefeller.
I wish you'd hurry up.
The junior senator of West Virginia.
Oh.
Senator
Third family to move out. Mines closed. No jobs. It'll be the death of this valley.
Because I like this color, and if I wash it, it'll wash out. Hey, Alexis, sweetie, how you doing, huh? Well, did you guys enjoy Sunday school? Do you like it? Mm-hmm.
Your crazy lawsuit cost my husband his job. My husband wants to work. Yours ain't even disabled.
What are you talking about? My husband can't work. Before that, we drove 100 miles a week looking for a coal mining job.
Yeah, sure.
My husband would be in the mines now if he could.
You'd rather be in meetings than be taking care of your family.
I asked God if I was doing the right thing. Maybe I got it wrong.
Hello? Hello? Speak up, buddy. Lest you got nothing to say. Nothing at all. Don't answer the phone.
You know, I know why you joined Joe's case and all, but it still really did hurt the project. But nobody's renewing memberships. And now we don't got no funding.
I wonder if anyone will ever understand that we did this to make mining better, not stop it.
You know, some lady at church said to me, "You took away my miner's pension." I said, "Yeah, well, my husband's a miner. And I know people that don't have water because of the mines."
Tell me, when that lady turned on me at church, I never felt so alone in all my 23 years in pine.
Why do we have to keep fighting, Trish?
Because God has a plan.
We put him first, he put us first.
Amen.
You don't know how scared I was the first time I met you. That was the first meeting that I ever led by myself.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? We helped people solve their own problems, didn't we?
And we changed Arlie.
Yeah.
He really did help us in the legislature, didn't he? We just wanted more.
Oh, can't forget the Jack Rock tree.
Oh, yes. They gave that to me and Bethel at the Ravenswood lockout. These nails stop the trucks and shut down the mines. I failed the project, Trish. I just wasn't good at writing any grants, huh?
Now you stop that right now. Don't do that. Stop it. Come on. You did the best you could.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
House Concurrent Resolution 37, an interim study of blasting.
I wish she'd never started all this stuff with the mines.
She had to, Dad. But we didn't always make it easy for her. Sometimes we asked too much. She always tried to please us.
I know. I used to get so mad at her. Now I'm just proud. I just hope I get her back. I remember when I worked underground, she worried so much.
I know she did, Daddy.
to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Trish, it's Joe.
So, what'd they say?
They said Judge Hayden didn't have the power to rule. Said we had to go back to the state courts.
Will you?
I'm not sure.
Joe, you can't. You have to help us get the water. Oh, Dewey. Trying to stay positive, but if this damage from the new deep mine can't be controlled, everybody's gonna lose their water again.
John Else, this is Patricia Bragg. I know it's midnight, but we are being washed away down here. Now I need you to get down here right now, and while you're at it, get one of those coal guys to check that fill pond. Bye.
Of all the people in West Virginia, you had to flood Patricia Bragg.
A few of my friends and I built this company ourselves. From scratch, it's one of the largest coal companies in the world. We thought we were doing God's work, improving the landscape. A few years ago, I told a reporter what we were doing was inherently good, but this isn't good.
I've watched these valley fills for 20 years. Never liked the way they were built. Everything dumped over the side. No, they ought to be built from the bottom up. Much more stable, less flooding.
Why didn't you do something about it?
I did as much as I could. But there was always pressure from coal. I'm leaving DEP, going to Iraq with the National Guard.
No! We just got you trained.
Glad you guys came in tonight. Please help yourselves to some water if you'd like. This is Ben Bailey.
We've met.
You might recognize him as the attorney for the state against us in Trish's Valley Fill case. Now, Ben's firm made a lot of money off that case, as we all know. He's now offered to pay for expert consultants in your water case.
You mean Ben's not the enemy anymore?
Once we deposed Trish and the others from the coal fields, we were shocked to find the horrible problems down here.
So what? It's gonna be jury trial or what?
Could end up there, but 9 out of 10 cases settle. I want to emphasize that we are not going to try and shut down the mines.
Oh, you're not? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out and interview the shut-ins and the elderly folks? Are you gonna do that?
You will get tired of seeing our ugly mugs around here.
We can't win a case against the coal companies in this county. My sister tried. Lost everything.
Well, Mr. Ben Bailey, what about what he said? No one has ever won a case about blasting or mining.
It's a long shot, but we'll give it our best.
We don't need another long shot from you. You gave somebody else your best last time.
Elaine, this is a really generous offer from Ben, and I think it's our best shot at this point.
Hang on a second. Remember when the mines drained all the water from our wells? What if we got the DEP to put dye in the well water? I'm telling you, the water is gonna come out in the creeks. And then what are they gonna do? They'll have to do something about it.
Ben?
It's a very good idea.
No, that's a great idea.
Mama?
Yeah, we have plenty of openings. How old is she? She's 9? 9 years old. No, what? Just come on over and bring her with you. Okay, then. Thank you, Mrs. Jones. Okay, bye.
I wish I had a camera. Look at you.
I hear you.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even... Sweetie, I miss you so much.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at that suit. Aren't you fancy?
Yeah.
All right, where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
Okay, go here and sit down. Sit yourself down in my chair.
Ooh. Oh, my God. Look what you did.
I could never have done any of it without you, though. The organizing project, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. Well, I do have something else to show you.
What? Oh. Look at that. You're going to be able to have such a big garden with all your tomatoes over there.
I know.
You and Dewey sitting there in your recliners. You did it, Trish. You really did it. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I can't even believe it. Mwah! Mwah!
I have a lot of cases. I want this settled now. Your clients will accept the offer. It's very generous.
Your Honor, the people of Pi are working people. They're poor people, retired people, people living on fixed incomes. The single biggest asset any of them has is their home. Now, as a result of the actions of the defendant, my client's property values have dropped to near zero. The defendant in this case is a multi-billion-dollar corporation who could easily afford to fix the wrongs they've committed, but instead they've done nothing but delay this case for years in hopes that my clients would finally give up.
Mr. Loeb, take a look at the offer.
It's really come out of business law. Where is everyone?
Well, Joe said he'd be here.
Maybe it's the wrong time.
No.
No, not the wrong time. It's the wrong day.
Won't be hearing today.
Why?
Judge wants this case settled. He won't let us have a trial.
Does that mean I don't get my water?
Ben?
This is how much you're going to get, but you can't tell anyone the amount. I hope that it's enough.
Whatever Joe thinks is fine with me.
Patricia was never in this for the money.
Rough for Jesus!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much.
prayed, didn't you?
You know, Kayla always said since she's been little, why God always answered my prayers, and I said, because I aggravate him so much.
Having you next door.
I know, but we'll be close as always.
It ain't the same, you know. Oh, and you, mister, working in Ben's law firm.
Went over to the dark side.
No. You went over to the right side.
Isn't it great to have public water?
You could say that again.
You done good, Pat.
My name is Patricia, but being as we're friends, you better call me Trish now.
Thanks, Trish.
Oh, how about some of this with your hot dog?
Oh, the infamous crowd.
The one and the same. Here you go.
So where's Kayla?
I just hate her dating. I hate it.
One day
Hey,
more,
you!
one day more.
There she is, you big old star, you.
Yeah?
Going all over the country just singing.
I know. Look at you.
Oh, I miss you. Too. Well, you gotta come on in. I have 2 bathrooms now.
Trish, what are you doing tomorrow?
To call this journey a struggle would, well, it'd be an understatement. I think in order to understand the industry and its responsibility to the community, we have to first understand the people. And in this case, the people happen to be our friends, our co-workers, our family, and our loved ones. And I think we can all agree that we want to leave this place a lot better off than the way we found it.
This reminds me of how it was in the beginning.
So the United Mine Workers this summer is going to start a new campaign. We realize we live in this community with each and every one of you. And we know that this coal mine is a positive aspect of this community. But we also understand that there's a negative side as well. I'm going to need your help. Each and every one of you. And some of you, I know I've butted heads with you in the past, but I can't do this alone. Especially some of you that I've fought with often. I'm hoping I can count on you, Tricia Bragg. We're going to need you. She helped bring public waters to my community out in Del Barton. Tricia, why don't you come on up and say a couple of words?
All right, then.
Thank you.
I forgive you. Well, how can I help you?
We live at Duncan Fork, and the mines are taking our water.
I've seen that permit. The DEP said the mine wasn't going to affect your water.
Well, it's a lie.
I know.
Can you help us fight this permit?
Well, I think it's best if you learn how to do it for yourself.
Well, how?
I'm gonna teach you. You don't work, I don't work.
Every day I'm gonna see the faith that moves mountains. 'cause I'll trust in you and give you all of me. And at night, when I feel like I'm drowning, I'm gonna wait on you, Lord, because I'm captured by your love. And when the mountains get too rough, and when this climb has torn me apart, it's your love, only your love that gets me through.
When I was just a little girl upon my mama's knees, the story of our Savior was the dearest one to me. She'd repeat it time and time again till I was so in love with him. And though she passed away, her depth of love flows full and free. I'm my mama's daughter, Lord. I know that you can tell. I love you just the same as her. My mama taught me well. The Savior she described to me, my heart could not deny. Just like Mama's soul, I long to spend forever by your side. My mama loved you, Lord. It showed in everything she do. She spent her days in thanks and praise. Her heart belonged to you. Each day she shared her joys and cares with the one who always hears. And I never doubted, Lord, that my mama's love was true. I'm my mama's daughter, Lord. I'm sure that you can tell. Beside her there on bended knees, my mama taught me well. She loved you, Lord,